welcome to Kitsune Kingdom. I am your English commentator for the evening. Welcome. This is a big night. As of, we have now got the likes of terrific Texas wrestling wrestlers amongst us. This is going to be an exciting time. Now, first up, we're going to have Don Lee take on Katsuyori Machida. This is going to be exciting. This is the first time in years that Don Lee is returning to his home country. Now, terrific Texas wrestling was one of the big overseas promotions. Lasted for a good while. About 3 years ago now, it ended up closing down, and now the wrestlers have all been finding new places, and a lot of them are now coming over here to Kitsune Kingdom. This is going to be interesting. Don Lee, a veteran, they're from terrific Texas wrestling since the beginning. One of the earliest terrific Texas wrestlers, and now here once again in the heart of Japan. It's going to be interesting. We got a new generation of wrestler coming here tonight, including the recently debuting Katsuyori Machida. Katsuyori here, brand new face, looking to try and make something of himself here tonight. And now the crowd waiting in anticipation as Katsuyori Machida makes his way to the ring here tonight. And you can see there Katsuyori Machida looking very eager to go here. I'm curious. There's going to be definitely a difference in experience. Someone who is new to professional wrestling versus someone who has been doing it for a good 2 decades, I believe. Nearly 2 decades. Don Lee has been wrestling. And, well, that could make a big mismatch in terms of experience. But Katsuyori Machida, as we've seen from the few matches we've seen with him so far, got a lot of potential, a lot of energy and fire in him. I gotta say, I think he might be able to overwhelm Don Lee. Of course, there's a lot that can happen here tonight. We've got other amazing matches for you, including terrific Texas wrestling wrestlers such as Blue Thunder, the Iron Saint, Herman, David Hagen, and more. Kitsune Kingdom, one of the largest wrestling promotions in Japan, continuing to expand. I've heard that the terrific Texas wrestling license brand was bought by Eric Schwartz. Though he doesn't seem to have any plans of continuing terrific Texas wrestling. So the wrestlers, a lot of them have moved here. Some of them have moved over to Canada. Whoa! And some are moving over to England, a burgeoning promotion starting off over there. Look at this, Don Lee starting us off here. Defying the years here. And showing that experience advantage that he has over Katsuyori. But now Katsuyori, I think, is going to be able to easily outmuscle Don Lee here. So, now it's Katsuyori's turn. And if he can overwhelm Don Lee, then he's going to remain in control. And Don Lee, he might not have much of an answer for it. Look at this, bringing Don Lee up. But Don Lee there, taking the leg out. Ooh, stomping and kicking away. Oh no, oh, that is not on at all. Oh my goodness, and again! Okay, that's not on. Surely the referee has to do something about this. And now, oh, good grief, right in the face, managed to, I think he has broken the skin on Katsuyori. I think he's bleeding. Katsuyori Machida right now, busted open, and now it's not looking good. As Don Lee, oh look at that, he's going right for that mark there, that's where he's bleeding, and Don Lee trying to break it open further. Don Lee is absolutely going wild on the rookie here. Oh my goodness. And that caught the inner thigh, that did not catch, otherwise that would have been a disqualification. But you can see that puts the fear into Katsuyori. Katsuyori now regaining control here. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness. You got to think that Don Lee's going to have some ring rust, of course, given that it's been about 3 years since Terrific Texas Wrestling closed down. Oh! That was nasty right there. Don Lee, of course, was quite a fearsome wrestler over here in Japan. Going to want to try and regain that reputation here in this match. Oh, nice back and forth right now. Good lord. Back and forth here. Oh, and there we see into the barricade. And now, oh my goodness, look at this. Go, good grief, a kick to the face there. The referee is counting the wrestlers out right now into the steps. A count of 8, that's not looking good. And now biting away at the fingers. Count of 9. Oh, the wrestlers, what are they doing? Good lord. They're halfway through the count now, and Don Lee and Katsuyori, they're really pushing it here. Oh, look at this. Oh, good grief. That was a hell of a shot there, and Don Lee definitely would have gotten a huge impact there. The count is getting close now. Count of 15. Katsuyori getting it at a count of 16. Don Lee's taking his time though, likely regaining his energy. Count of 17, and Don Lee forced to come back into the ring now, but Katsuyori catches him. And this, look at this once again. Oh my goodness. Don Lee's back up. But he's definitely shaken after that, and Katsuyori, this is what I thought would happen. Don Lee, the experience was showing, but between that ring rust and the fact that Katsuyori is such an overwhelming rookie, it's proving to be too much for Don Lee. Here we go. 1. Only a 1 count. Oh, rising to his feet here. And now, look at this. Irish whip over the ropes. But there we see... Oh my goodness! Catching Don Lee with that one. And now, grappling here, back into the ring we go. You can see Don Lee once again rising to his feet. Oh my goodness! Oh no! Don Lee trying to show the rookie what he can do. It was impressive athletically, but it completely missed the mark. And Katsuyori Machida, look at that. Showing the veteran what he can do. Oh! And Don Lee, once again rising to his feet, refusing to break. But Katsuyori and Don Lee definitely pushing each other here. Don Lee rising once again back up here. Oh no, biting on that wound on the head there. Oh my god, that's just plain nasty. That is uncalled for. And you can see the blood really beginning to spill on Katsuyori. Oh, and there we go. Good work there by Katsuyori Machida. And my god, there it is. I think that will be it. That's the knockout shot from Katsuyori Machida. No, it isn't enough. That's normally what ends the matches, that shotgun drop kick. He's picking up Don Lee. What is he going for here? Oh my god. Going for the back of the head and the neck. That weakened Don Lee before. And that was that. That was brilliant. That absolutely wiped Don Lee out. Katsuyori Machida walking away with the win here tonight. Don Lee, welcome back to Japan, but you've got a long way to go. The new generation of wrestler is here. There's going to be some familiar faces for you, but if you want to keep up with the new generation like Katsuyori Machida, you're going to have to work hard in order to do that. Oh my goodness. That was absolutely incredible by Katsuyori Machida. God, Don Lee does have some skills that showed quite nicely there in my opinion. I gotta say, I'm impressed with what Don Lee is capable of doing, but those years away from the ring have definitely made him a little bit more unrefined. But look at the marks on Katsuyori. Katsuyori Machida right there, coated in blood. And, well, while victorious, I think he's just gotten a taste of why Don Lee was one of the most feared wrestlers in Japan. Let's just hope Katsuyori's ready, because when Don Lee gets that all together, that could be a blood-soaked match. Next up, we're going to have a match between the Giants. It's Herman versus the Crusher versus the Monster. Now Herman has actually been here before in Japan as Terrific Texas Wrestling, and Kitsune Kingdom have collaborated a few times in the past. Herman would frequently come over, but coming out first, also from Terrific Texas Wrestling, came around Terrific Texas Wrestling more towards the end. Oh my goodness. I gotta tell you, Terrific Texas Wrestling, from the personal standpoint, while there were many times where it lacked, Terrific Texas Wrestling, maybe not the most well-operated machine, it had some incredible wrestlers, and had the operations been better, I think the likes of the Crusher could have seen Terrific Texas Wrestling into a new golden age. The Crusher, of course, going to set his sights here on dominating Japan. The current champion, standing tall with the belt right now, going to be watching on backstage as these new contenders emerge. And you can see right here that this is going to be exciting. This is going to be very interesting, I must say. I am curious to see what is going to happen in this one, because we have got some massive wrestlers colliding in the ring here. There he is, though. And the Japanese fans, they are on their feet. The audience are excited to see the return of the 7'4" legendary giant Herman. Herman here tonight. After leaving Terrific Texas Wrestling, Herman traveling the globe. I said before that some of the Terrific Texas Wrestling wrestlers have gone to Canada, some have gone to England, some are coming here to Japan. Herman has been traveling around, and here tonight to make a big appearance. This could be a major deal right here. Of course, much like the previous match, Herman, the veteran, against the newer generation of wrestler. The Crusher has been wrestling for, I believe, the past 5 years or so. I can't remember for certain, but who we're about to see now come down to the ring has only, much like Katsuyori, has only recently debuted in professional wrestling. Here comes the Monster. And the Monster, much like the Crusher, very well built. These are two wrestlers that, despite being as large as they are, have gone out of their way to make sure that they are incredibly well built physically. I'm sure Herman would do it if he could, but of course, getting that big can have some major effects on the body. So it's a miracle that we have not one but two wrestlers that have managed to defy, the effects of gigantism to get as well defined as they are. So that means, I imagine, there's going to be a lot of massive bodies being thrown around in this match. Now, I've heard the Monster can be quite rough, making his Kitsune Kingdom debut here tonight. Normally would be restrained by the help of Eric Schwartz, who Herman is very familiar with. But Eric Schwartz right now still, sorting out some of the, he's apparently selling off the Terrific Texas Wrestling Arena to one Theodore Cornwall. There's a nice shot there. Look at this, back and forth right now as these giants collide, taking it into the corner. I believe the Monster roughly 6'10", 6'11", the Monster 7 feet tall, and Herman 7 feet 4 inches. And we see here an early pin, but immediately broken up by Herman, who grabs a hold of the Crusher and an almighty headbutt. Herman been around in professional wrestling for a while now. Despite that, still ready to give it his all, ready to do whatever he can. Been around for a similar amount of time to, say, Don Lee, actually. Herman, he has done a lot. He has been through a lot. Yo, he's faced the Crusher in Texas Wrestling. My goodness! And he's fought in hardcore matches, so whatever the monster's ready to bring, Herman, he's endured that kind of punishment before, and you can see, despite that age, he is able to throw around wrestlers. He's faster than you'd expect. Obviously not a patch on the Crusher there in terms of strength, but definitely, makes for an interesting dynamic here. There's not, unlike the last match, there's not a clear winner for this match, in my opinion. Oh my goodness, wait a minute, no, there's no way! Oh my god, I could feel that the ground shake with that one. And now, setting up the Crusher here, the monster, restraining. Oh my god, there's nowhere for the Crusher to go as the monster beats on the chest repeatedly. Oh gosh, right to the side of the head. And now look at this, going for the leg. Oh my goodness. And now, wait a minute, oh god. Now one thing I know for certain is the monster, I've seen his teeth, he has sharpened them. He has actually gone with a file and sharpened his teeth to make bites like that all the more impactful. Oh, look at this. Oh! The Crusher trying to lift the legendary Giant Herman. That's not an easy thing to do. The Crusher certainly could do it, but you got to get the positioning right. You know, someone like Herman, he's so large, he's so heavy. That is not an easy task to do. There's a nice elbow right there, right to the leg. And again, driving down. That's the experience of Herman coming through right here, as he looks to try and take control. And he's making sure to dissect these two, pick them apart. Herman's doing a very good job. But look at that. I saw as Crusher was rising up. I knew that Herman was going to struggle to keep spinning those plates. Oh, there we go. Oh, those knee strikes taking Herman to the ground. And now going for the monster. Oh my god. That is unbelievable. And you can see now the Crusher going for a pin. Herman, he wants to see if the monster will kick out, and monster does so there. I think that was the veteran giving the rookie, the monster, a test here. And now, look at this. The monster, faster, is going to be able to take control here of the match. And you can see right now that Herman is struggling. Those legs, they bear a lot of pressure holding a man of that size. There's the kick out. Good work there by Herman. And now rising back to his feet. Oh my god! The monster with a brutish display. That was right on the back of the head. I don't know if Herman's fully cognizant of where he is right now. Oh, the monster. Oh, good grief. Oh my god. The referee, not sure what to do here, it feels like. And now, oh, to Herman as well. Oh, the monster really is bending the rules to his liking. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the monster clubbing those titanic skulls together. And now, oh, the Crusher lifting up Herman. But Herman with those elbows. I feel like these wrestlers are ready to collapse, ready to explode. There's a lot of power with every shot. DDT. And now going over to the monster. Here we go. Up in the air. And going for Snake Eyes. Oh, look at this. Oh, stomping away. And now, oh, good grief. Going for the pin now. 1. Only a 1 count. Oh, look at this. Boom! Massive knee strike right there. Bringing the monster back to his feet once more. And look at this. Oh, the strength, the power of the Crusher. Herman's rushing over. And a huge clothesline. You saw there, the Crusher got defensive. Was hoping to defend himself. But against the ropes, Herman was able to overwhelm and send the Crusher flying. Oh, here we go. Herman throwing the Crusher here. This is a massive power play here. Oh, and a tombstone pile driver. I mean, that was a message overseas right there. Oh, look at this now. The monster back in. No, wait a minute. Oh my goodness. That's a new one. I know that he used to use the electric chair drop in Terrific Texas Wrestling. He's taken it a step further. Look at this. Oh my goodness! That was brutal. Landing face first. Oh, but there you see the Crusher grabbing the ropes. And Herman punishing. Herman has softened over time. He's not quite the scary brute he once was back in the day. The fans have taken a liking to him too much for that. Wait a minute. Herman. No way. My goodness! Good grief! Oh my goodness! Slammed down by the monster, and now been hit with that killer Enziguri. Oh my god! There's no way! Oh my god! I didn't think he could do it! Oh my god! That was a massive drop right there, but the Crusher able to break it up. I think that would have done it. Oh, and the monster, he's furious. You can see the Crusher didn't expect this level of overwhelming offense from the monster. The Crusher, as always though, is overwhelming in his own right. Oh! Now going for the pin. 1, 2, and there you see Herman having to step in. Oh. Grappling right now, and look at that. That's scary by the Crusher. The monster now with an uppercut there, staggering Crusher, and look at that now to Herman. And you can see the monster trying to take everyone on here. The savage beast of the monster is trying to take everyone on. Not a drop there by the Crusher. And now Herman throwing. Crusher behind him. 1, 2, there's the kick out. The Crusher standing tall. And now, look at this. Oh, double-handed choke slam. And now, the monster, the rookie being bested by the veteran right now. Oh, dodging that leg drop. Herman now back on his feet once again. There's a lot of fight in Herman. That is why he is so dang good at this. He's been keeping himself busy. It's not like unlike Don Lee, who has got those few years of ring rust that he's got to get off. Herman, like I said, has been traveling around, keeping himself busy wherever he can. Currently one of the hottest free agents right now from Terrific Texas Wrestling, in my opinion. Well, at least one of the few people that are still a free agent. Everyone else has been generally snapped up with a contract. Herman, though, has been keeping himself available, and given his status, he can get away with that. Of course, I know Herman is looking for a steady contract. You know, he's got a son that he needs to help support. He's got a family. I don't know, there may be more children, but I know that there's one son who's really looking to get into wrestling. And, you know, wrestling schools are not cheap. Herman can teach something, but Herman knows more than anyone that you need, good, dedicated tutors and the steady paychecks to support not only the family, but his son's wrestling dreams. That is especially important. And of course for Herman, he knows he's got to win these matches more often than not. Losing, you still get paid, of course, but winning gets you a much larger paycheck. So for his family and for his son, That is going to be extremely important. Look at this. What a takedown there from the monster. And now the monster going over to Herman. Nice uppercut right there. And a takedown. Oh, this is good control by the monster. Oh my god. Unlike the last match, no signs of blood so far. These are some thick skulls to crack. Oh god, there's been plenty of dirty play though. The monster, I think Don Lee would be pretty proud of the monster. Oh my god. That was nasty. Quite simply nasty. And now, rolling him over. Oh, wait a minute. The Crusher is back in the ring and breaks up the pin. The monster not thinking these things clearly. That's savagery impacting his foot. Oh my goodness. Whoa, whoa, whoa! No way. Good God, the Crusher inhumanly strong. That is plain and simply scary. The fact that the Crusher is able to do that to a man of the monster's size. Oh my goodness. Oh! And now, look at this. Manhandling the giant Herman. That is a legend that he's throwing around so easily. And there you see the monster having to break up that pin. The monster's young. He recovered surprisingly quickly. Oh, but the Crusher. Wait a minute! Up in the air, the monster with that finisher managed to hit it on both opponents. That's impressive from the monster. For someone so new to the business, much like Katsuyori Machida, showing up a lot of promise here. Oh my goodness. And now, great work there by the monster. And now, oh, here we go, the Crusher up in the air, driving the monster down. It's not looking good. This looks like the Crusher is about to put things away. Going for the pin now, but there's the rope break. Oh, and Herman catching the Crusher there. Oh, nice strikes. And a big headbutt. And now, the crowd cheering for Herman here. Hoping for Herman to overcome the odds. Herman powered on by the crowd. Up on the top rope. Oh my god, that's it. That's it. It's over. No. How could I be so foolish? The monster. That would have been surely it in a one-on-one encounter. But the monster able to take charge here. And now fighting on the outside. And look at this. Pressing down on that leg, using that concrete floor. You're sandwiched between the thick legs of the monster and that outside floor. That's a lot of pressure on the legs. And gonna give that little bit more impact. The monster knows how to be as brutal as possible. And now we see the Crusher already recovering. And wait a minute. That's not allowed. That is not allowed. The Crusher, he's hiding a kendo stick. The monster's managed to take it away there, but the Crusher's getting desperate here. Oh man, look at this. And Herman, meanwhile, telling the monster to bring it on. The monster was ready to do so. I think Herman played the monster there. Knew that if he turned his back to the Crusher, that would be that. But unfortunately, Herman didn't account for the next step of that plan, dealing with the Crusher. There's the kick out. And now, ooh, God, that was nasty, but Herman able to recover, bounce back there. That's the experience kicking in. Oh, tried again with that leg drop. But there you see the Crusher overwhelming once again, driving down with the arm. And now, oh my God. You can see now, it's becoming to be a bit too much. Up in the air now. Going for snake eyes. And now with the pinfall, but broken up by Herman. Lifting the Crusher to his feet once again, but the Crusher Oh, caught there by the monster. The monster using that athleticism with that Hurricane Rana, getting the Crusher out of the picture. And again, is it going to be third time? The charm, is that going to do it? Dragging. This would be huge for the monster, the rookie beating the veteran. 1, 2, 3. And there you have it. The monster has just put away the legendary giant Herman. That is incredible right there. I can't believe what I just witnessed. That was absolutely brilliant. 3 larger-than-life wrestlers showing their strength, showing their power, showing surprising amounts of agility. And in the end, right now the rookies are reigning supreme here tonight. The monster winning the bout. This is especially impressive, I must say. And you can see there, the monster ready to go here. Ready to make a huge impact. I think there's a lot of... I think he's going to achieve a lot here. If anything... If tonight is anything to go by. I think he got lucky that the Crusher was out of the picture at the moment. But even then, that was 2 very impressive opponents that the monster was taking on. And in our next match, we got another triple threat match as Dan the Natural Decker, Biohazard, and the Animal Tom Gris battle it out. Now here we go. Triple threat action here tonight as Dan Decker, the Animal Tom Gris, and Biohazard are all battling it out here tonight. There he is. There's the first man of the match. Biohazard making his way to the ring. Now this is a trifecta of people who I believe are... Well, I know Biohazard and Dan Decker are coming over from Terrific Texas Wrestling. Dan Decker and Tom Gris especially, much like... much like the Monster, much like Katsuyori, they came much towards the end of the promotion. Like, they were in, like, the final few years, I think. Biohazard, a little bit longer, but still, Biohazard, he's not old enough to be a veteran like Herman. But he's still young. He's just got enough experience that he might be the favorite in this one. More experienced than his opponents, but still young enough to still just as young as the opponents he's facing to be able to go toe-to-toe here. And there, of course, is the natural Dan Decker coming down to the ring. Dan Decker, so young yet has achieved so much already. A multiple-time Terrific Texas Wrestling champion. I believe he once won the Terrific Texas Wrestling Camaraderie Championship. Dan Decker looks so eager to go here tonight. He's very confident, very... Like, that ego, I gotta say, it's really shining through here. And I can't say that I necessarily blame... if you start the business and you already become a top-level champion multiple times over, then you're almost certainly confident that you're going to be able to replicate and repeat that success. Dan Decker going to want to try and reach the heights, knowing that the Kitsune Kingdom champion is watching over this. Dan Decker has got to be thinking right now that this is going to be a clear-cut message that the championship is his, inevitably. But of course, there's one more wrestler for this one. There's that being the Animal Tom Gris. The Animal Tom Gris. Very, very capable wrestler. New to the business, but look at the chiseled physique there. That is someone who I know for a fact has been spending countless hours. Like, the moment that he was signed to Kitsune Kingdom, I know that he has been training under some of the most, grueling trainers here in the country. Tom Griss, still new to the business, only a white belt, but Tom Griss has made it clear that he wants to make sure that he earns absolutely everything he gets. He wants to make sure that he is at the top of his class if he's ever going to get that black belt. There's a lot of promise in Tom Griss, someone who's got immense amounts of respect for the business. Tom Griss is someone who I think, is going to shock a lot of people. Now, the match ready to begin here tonight. Here we go, it begins, and here we see we've essentially got 3 young wrestlers going at it here tonight. No veterans. The only person who is a veteran by a few years is Biohazard, but again, Biohazard's still quite young. Still, though, even that little advantage could be enough here. But again, we're up against the natural here. That's not going to be easy. Oh, good lord. But right now, Biohazard doing very well at dissecting these two. Look at this. The fact that... Oh my god. I can understand him taking down Tom Griss, as Tom Griss is still, getting his ring legs, but against the natural, that is a surprising early onset of the fight here. Now the natural taking control of the fight. Massive chest shot. Meanwhile, you got Tom Griss there. He has signed himself up. He's likely building a game plan. Meanwhile, Dan Decker taking charge, as I would expect from him in this one. Nice, very nice there. And Biohazard had no retort there. Here we go now. Biohazard now out of the picture. Oh, it's time for the animal. You got 2 rookies, one of the fastest rising rookies in Dan the Natural Decker. And now taking on Tom Griss, who has yet to reach those heights, but I think with that dedication could be in for a great future similar to Dan. I gotta say, Dan, out of these 3 right now, already has the highest pedigree based on that tie with Terrific Texas Wrestling. And now, oh, look at this, Biohazard. Oh, picking on, I'd say, the weakest of these opponents. Now go for Dan Decker. Oh, look at this. And now, oh, Dan Decker taking down Biohazard. And now go for the animal. Boom! That was a nasty strike. Oh, Dan Decker looks like he is ready to try and... Oh, never mind. Oh, God, the strength of Biohazard is absolutely overwhelming. Here we go, pinfall. Oh, unfortunately, I might see a break in the rookies, in these young newcomers getting the win. Oh, good work there by Tom Griss. And now, look at this. Russian leg sweep. And that's a good bit of work there from Tom Griss. And he is psyched to try and put this away, but Biohazard, oh, that's smart by Tom Griss. He let Biohazard get his defenses down, and that is out. He is out cold. And now Tom Griss doesn't seem to realize Dan has entered the ring. He's going for a crossface here. And now Dan Decker. Oh! I don't know if that was intentional or not. Dan Decker doesn't seem to care either way. Tom Griss seemed to take more umbrage with it. Not only did his submission get broken, but a referee was attacked in the process there. And there's the snake eyes. It wouldn't surprise me if Dan Decker didn't do it intentionally, but again, just doesn't care. Dan Decker, he's probably got a good sense of self-importance. A big sense of self-importance is what I meant to say. And now, look at this. Driving down Tom Griss there. Tom Griss is back up. That's impressive. Look at this now. The same move being used on DEgITx. And DEgITx getting to his feet, but a little bit more slowly than Tom Griss. Oh, look at that. DEgITx trying to get into the head of Tom Griss. Tom Griss, though, remaining composed. Although, I'd say under the surface, you can see maybe a little bit shaken by DEgITx's arrogance. Still, Tom Griss bringing a fight here. DEgITx, though, already a top-level player, going to be able to overwhelm. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely masterfully done there by the natural. Now DEgITx driving down Tom Griss, and oh, no, there was a bit of blood that time. Not that DEgITx particularly cares. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's the beginning of the end here. Look at this. Oh, going for the ankle lock. And Tom Griss, so close, the ropes pulled away there. The Biohazard has recovered. He's got to be quick, and he manages to break it up. But you can see there the way that Tom Griss is holding his knee. That went right on that leg that was being yanked at. And now, oh, Samoan drop right there. But look at this. That is smart on Biohazard. Might have been incapacitated by DEgITx's ankle lock. And that tells you a lot. If Biohazard didn't get involved there, DEgITx would have certainly won the match. That ankle lock clearly incapacitated Tom Griss. Biohazard was able to come in, get DEgITx out of the picture, and essentially steal the victory. That is impressive, and that's what even just a few years more in the ring could do for you when it comes to that in-ring awareness. That's why experience is such an important factor. And Biohazard, while maybe not having the same heights as DEgITx, has proven right here that he is not to be messed with. Could be interesting for him in his career here in Kitsune Kingdom. Might be that this is about to be a blossoming career. Next up, we got two more terrific Texas wrestling wrestlers battling it out here as the Iron Saint takes on Blue Thunder. Alright, here we go. This should be interesting. Now, of course, the Iron Saint, the Blue Thunder, I gotta say right here, Iron Saint and Blue Thunder, when I talked about some of the original wrestlers of Terrific Texas Wrestling, well, these two are absolutely some of the first. However, I gotta say, these two left before the ship really sank. They were the last ever Terrific Texas Wrestling Camaraderie Champions. Terrific Texas Wrestling closed in 2005. They left in 2003 to join Kitsune Kingdom. And now, you can see the Iron Saint, with that belt in hand, has been wearing it as a trophy while he is, undoubtedly, happy with his time here in Kitsune Kingdom. He's going to wear that like a badge of honor. That's where he got his start in Terrific Texas Wrestling. He's been wrestling for a few decades with Blue Thunder. Still, despite that, Iron Saint and Blue Thunder have done a lot to defy the years. And they are still quite a force here in the ring. But now we wait as here comes Blue Thunder with the other belt in hand. Normally tag mates, right now rivals. And once it returns to the turn of the decade, I believe that these wrestlers will have been wrestling for 2 decades. Debuting in 1990, these two have been going for a while now. 20 years is a long time for a wrestler, yet these two still seem to have plenty of mileage left in the tank. That's a very interesting time. Of course, 20 years, that's roughly around the time where some wrestlers would begin thinking about retirement. I know for a fact, though, Iron Saint and Blue Thunder still have lots more to give. Like I said, some of the first wrestlers in Terrific Texas Wrestling, the Iron Saint won the Terrific Texas Wrestling Championship 5 times overall. safe to say, you know, that's impressive. I don't believe Blue Thunder ever won that belt. But these two have seen a camaraderie with each other. They both consider each other on their level. It's a respectful rivalry as these two look to continue to push each other. They have these matches every so often as they want to ensure that neither is slacking. This is a test of their own mettle here, and Blue Thunder showing to the Iron Saint that there's still a lot of gas in that tank. This is why they do it. They want to ensure. This is a checkup they do on each other. Are you still good to go? Are you still giving 100%? Or are you going to fall to the likes of Katsuyori Machida, to the Monster, to Biohazard? And now you can see that the Iron Saint, looks like it's his turn now. The Iron Saint, unlike, Blue Thunder is going to be your more acrobatic. The Iron Saint, more of a powerhouse type. And look at this. Oh my goodness. Whoa, now that is interesting right there. Now I do know. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I do know that David Hagen has been training his son, Daniel Hagen, and what we saw there was a move that Daniel Hagen is looking to incorporate. I think Iron Saint was giving a nod to David's boy. Oh, now I was saying the Iron Saint may not be the more athletic, but you can see that Iron Saint perfectly capable of flying across the ring if he wants. Oh, but Blue Thunder, very slippery there. Oh, a stiff kick there to the back. And now, lifting up the Iron Saint, but the Iron Saint returns with at that elbow. And now, look at this. Fall away slam. Going for the pinfall. 1, 2, and there is the kick out. Oh, this isn't looking good for Blue Thunder right now. Look at that. Wrenching on the head. The Iron Saint is overwhelming Blue Thunder right now. Oh, and there is the escape. But immediately being brushed aside here. Wait a minute. Oh, catching the Iron Saint. We are seeing speed versus power in this one. Oh, and there you see Blue Thunder gracefully flipping and flying across the ring. These two started their careers especially young. That's why they've got gas in the tank. But these two, back in the day when they started wrestling, wrestlers could be... Some wrestlers would debut especially young. That's why these two are still going. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. Blue Thunder with that Blue Thunder bomb. 1, 2, 3. No. 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 The referee says it was a 2. Oh my goodness. And there you see Iron Saint managing to get his feet to the ropes to stop that submission hold. And there you see those elbows from the Iron Saint. But caught there. Oh, wow. I believe that when these two started, they must have been like 16, 17? And, oh, look at this. Given that they are now... Oh, look at this. Fighting nearly 20 years later. They're in their late 30s for sure. By my estimation. I don't know for certain. Oh, there you see the rope break once again. Blue Thunder and the Iron Saint, they keep themselves to themselves. Iron Saint especially quite mysterious. So my details are only based on the research I've been able to get off of them. Oh, on them. But that's it, really. I daren't ask them because, especially the Iron Saint looks like someone who could absolutely body me if I crossed him. And there's a nice kick to the midsection. Oh, and Blue Thunder returning the favour there. These two were taught old school. And they know how to really mess up people who get too close to knowing the men behind the masks. It's nothing personal, that's just how they were taught. And now Blue Thunder on the top rope here. Oh! No, no! Oh, that did not work out. And the Iron Saint, he's recovered. And he dodges Blue Thunder's offense. That was a critical mistake, I feel. Oh! Here we go! Going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. The Iron Saint wins. That was a critical mistake there by Blue Thunder. He tried hard. He did his best. But in the end, it just did not matter. Good grief. Very, very well done by both participants. But at the end of the day, there was only one person who could end up winning. And, oh man, the Iron Saint and Blue Thunder, I'd say that they both passed each other's tests with flying colours. Blue Thunder showing great athleticism despite nearly 20 years in the business. Meanwhile, the Iron Saint showing a lot of strength and power. The Iron Saint showing why he was a 5-time TTW champion. The Kitsune Kingdom champion is going to be watching on, very interested about this result. And now it's time for the main event of the evening. The last ever Terrific Texas Wrestling champion, David Hagen, is taking on Masashi Watanabe. Now this is interesting. If it were only a few months ago, I would have said that this would be champion versus champion, as David Hagen, the last ever Terrific Texas Wrestling champion, which we are recognizing as a world championship, is here in Kitsune Kingdom, and I think he's a little bit frustrated. I don't think he's quite gone over Terrific Texas Wrestling being gone. Still, regardless, there's a lot of respect for David Hagen. Came over from England to America, where he got a great deal of success. A 4-time champion in Terrific Texas Wrestling. I believe he might have even won the tag titles at some point. And now here in Japan, looking to continue that legacy, currently training his son for the business. Oh, but here we go now. Like I was saying, if this had been a few months ago, I would have said this would be champion versus champion. Masashi Watanabe, the former Kitsune Kingdom champion, lost it to the current champion. And Masashi Watanabe, he is back. He is ready to dust himself off and try to regain that honor. He's going to want to prove himself here tonight against David Hagen. This is 2 top wrestlers fighting in the ring here tonight. You can see Masashi Watanabe, David Hagen, both are experts of their craft. I'm curious to see what's going to happen at the next big cataclysmic event. It's going to be a doozy. The Iron Saint, David Hagen, Katsuyori Machida, Biohazard, Masashi Watanabe, the return of Don Lee and Herman. It's an exciting time here at Kitsune Kingdom. And here we go. Oh, what a strike there. Back and forth right now. Good work. And now, look at this. Wow. Great work there by Masashi Watanabe. And now, oh, trying again, but no luck there. And now David Hagen in control here. Oh man, this is absolutely brilliant right here. When you're at this top level, you'd think that it would be long and drawn out, and sometimes, in certain technical showcases, it can be. But the thing is, you're either going to see these two go for up to an hour, or more even, battling it out, fighting for supremacy, or these wrestlers are going to, the moment they see a weak spot on the opponent, end it in an instant. This match could end in 5 minutes. There we see Masashi Watanabe fighting out here. And look at those chops right there. Masashi Watanabe, an absolute technical masterclass. Both of these wrestlers know what it takes to be at the top. But for David Hagen, you know, while he, much like Herman, has fought in Kitsune Kingdom before, he is nothing more than a visitor. For Masashi Watanabe, Kitsune Kingdom is his home. Oh. Look at this. You can see right now, though, David Hagen, for him, it doesn't matter where that ring is, whether that ring is in England, whether that ring is in America, whether that ring is in Japan, those ropes are just so natural to David Hagen. Masashi Watanabe, though, look at this, giving a bit of taste of Texas to David Hagen. That Texas cloverleaf. And now David Hagen reaching for the ropes and finding back there. And you can see that definitely hurt the hips of David Hagen, who goes over the ropes to the outside. Masashi Watanabe now stomping on the leg. Here we go. Up in onto his shoulders. And now look at this. Oh my goodness. That was nasty right there. But David Hagen pushing away Masashi Watanabe. David Hagen now bringing Masashi back to his feet. And back into the ring. Oh, David Hagen has psyched himself up here. Masashi Watanabe holding himself back here as David Hagen re-enters the ring. And look at that. Masashi Watanabe. That is playing with David Hagen there. I think it's a psychological play here, more from Masashi Watanabe. The Texas Cloverleaf, allowing David Hagen to re-enter the ring just to throw him back out. Masashi Watanabe, I think, like I said, is waiting for that opening, that weak spot, that mental opening, that he can swoop in and take David Hagen out. And he is trying to frustrate David to make mistakes. But David Hagen standing firm, a lot stronger than I think he expected. David Hagen, I think, does well when frustrated, and that is a critical miscalculation on the former champ's part. Oh, Masashi Watanabe still managing to do some damage there. One. You can see some blood there, I believe, on the face of Masashi Watanabe. Still, though, powering through it. And there we see David Hagen going for the arm now. Pulling, yanking, trying to... Oh, could do some real damage. Could see some dislocation if not too careful. And there, with that discus punch, David Hagen rising. Masashi Watanabe to his feet. And you can see there... Oh, going for the knee there. Masashi's going to struggle to get to his feet. What is happening here? Look at this. Oh, a backhand there. Knocking Masashi Watanabe silly there. David Hagen. Oh, I've heard as part of the training, David Hagen has been teaching his son Daniel about precise strikes. Might be what we were seeing just there, but now we're seeing the good old-fashioned David Hagen DDT. 1, 2, 3, absolutely spectacular. Wow, my guess wasn't far off there. I said about 5 minutes if they managed to get the weak spots. 4 minutes 57. Congratulations to David Hagen there. That was two wrestlers who are at the top of Kitsune Kingdom right now. David Hagen making that transition over from Terrific Texas Wrestling to Kitsune Kingdom rather nicely. Kitsune Kingdom champion will be watching over closely, I feel. Waiting that next contender to the throne. God, that is an amazing finisher. One of the best of all time. Thank you for watching. Be sure to show your support as always. And we hope to see you in a future episode of Kitsune Kingdom.